welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please like, share and subscribe and all those things. All the support is very much appreciated. So we are taking a look at the Bastion and the Prime Sentinels from the Haslab Sentinel that came out recently. So these were the two additional tier figures that came with the Haslab Sentinel. And so let's just take a little bit of a closer look at them. Now, straight away, what I want to say is this Bastion figure is superb. It was the deciding point for a lot of people when they saw that we were going to get Bastion. It was definitely one of the things that swung a lot of people's decisions. And I don't think it really disappoints. The sculpt on the head is absolutely phenomenal. It's a nice additional sculpt on the chest there as well, which makes it quite unique. The actual body is pretty standard. It's a pretty standard mould for Marvel Legends, all just painted black. It's not pinless, but it's got the articulation that you would come to expect from a 6-inch male Marvel Legends figure. Unfortunately, it didn't come with any additional hands, which was a shame. And as I said, it wasn't pinless, so it's just a standard run-of-the-mill body. But this top part of the chest is obviously a new sculpt, and obviously these lines as well, which make it a little bit more comic book accurate. But the actual sculpting on the head and the neck really do make up for the lack of pinless tech or additional kind of sculpting on the body, because it really does stand out as a Bastion figure. Now, this is a great character from the comic books. I don't really want to give too much away, but essentially it's a Sentinel in human form. That's probably as deep as I'm going to dive on that. And we also got a female version as well. So the Prime Sentinels, we had a number of different versions of them, and we had obviously Bastion, and we had a female, and we had a number of males as well. So it's great to actually get the female version as well. Same as Bastion, this is a pretty standard black Marvel Legends figure. There's nothing particularly amazing about the bottom half of the figure. It's just pretty much a standard female Marvel Legends buck. Same articulation that you would get on everything else. However, the top bit is obviously sculpted, the chest, and obviously the head and neck as well. And they are really, really nice sculpts. They're not just additional throw-ins, they are really good sculpts. We also got the extra addition of a male Prime Sentinel head as well. But unfortunately, because obviously you've only got the Bastion and the female body, this head is pretty much just a spare head. There's no body to put it on. So obviously we have to get creative. Now, when the Haslab Sentinel was announced and they announced that these Prime Sentinels were involved, I got busy with the customising and I got these two Astonishing Ant-Man figures. So these are the Astonishing Ant-Man figures from the Stinger 2-pack. They're quite easy to come by, and basically all I did was paint it black. I painted the top half of his armour purple, and I left the silver bits on the belt and the knees as well. I also just painted the neck silver and drew on some kind of mechanical lines. This particular head on this one was a gambit head, which I just did a bit of sculpting around, and then I did do an additional one for this body as well, but I'm just going to put the spare head on there. And I think that they work quite well. I think they work well as Prime Sentinels. However, if you've not got those Astonishing Ant-Man, you can get this Xavier. It's Charles Xavier. Pop his head off and you can get the additional head, and the black on this body matches the Bastion and the Prime Sentinel female perfectly, and you can just pop that head on and you've got yourself essentially a Prime Sentinel. Now, it is a much skinnier body to Bastion, but that does kind of work, I suppose, in a way. So if you've not got much customizing skills or you can't get your hands on these Astonishing Ant-Man, then one of these Charles Xaviers would work absolutely fine as a stand-in. These figures are actually reduced. In a lot of places they are reduced as well, so picking a few of these up shouldn't be too hard. He is thinner, but there's a lot more articulation there than the Bastion figure, and you've got some additional hands that will come in the pack as well. So it's definitely worth the money if you want to put that spare head onto something. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I'll just stick with my Astonishing Ant-Man ones at the moment, but I might pick up a few of those Charles Xavier bodies and do like a run of kind of custom heads to go with it, just to kind of bulk out the Prime Sentinel army. But here we go. So as a 4, I think that these work okay. I do want to colour match them a little bit better. I came up with this colour palette based on the pre-production artwork, so it's not an exact match, and I think I'm going to go back and do a little bit more detail on the neck as well. But I think as a whole, we've got obviously Bastion, we've got a female Prime Sentinel, and then we've got two very distinctive looks of the Prime Sentinels in the comic books. The reason I use the Gambit head is because if you actually do read the comic books where the Prime Sentinels appear, there is one that has that kind of Gambit esque hair, so it's definitely worth picking one of those up if you can. But yeah, there you go. I think they're great. I think it's a really great addition to the Haslab Sentinel. I'm really pleased that they did give us these 2 figures, and obviously I'm glad that I can bulk that out. So yeah, so that's pretty much my 5-minute review on these 2 accessories, which they were. If you're enjoying the channel, please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. But yeah, that's about it. Great figures, pleased to have them. Great addition. Catch you next time.